Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now in this video I was going to talk about some products, okay, that are very close to my heart and how important they are at this time, at the moment. And for people that have bought tools from me before, will realize that I make a lot of the big tools. If you're into healing or being empowered to heal self. Things as Acuvate coils and big tensor rings that you can place on the body or under food, under water, so you can restructure your food, restructure your water, place over your shower head to restructure the water coming through, and a number of things. But what I'm going to talk about in particular are more things that are more personal, more things that you can have around your neck as a pendant or a bracelet or on your body. Therefore, it's having more of an effect because it's within your field 24/7, okay? And I think this is very beneficial. These are products that are very inexpensive as well, but, have a real punch in regards to effect and energy at this time. So, first of all, we're going to talk about some pendants that I've been making, which are not necessarily, I haven't listed them on my products site on my website because it depends on where you are in your journey, okay? Because I want to make sure, I want to dowse to make sure that the right cubit measure is compatible to you and your current situation in your journey. I don't want to give you a cubit measure that's maybe too advanced or something that is not going to help you in any particular way. So we're going to talk about that. So the two cubit measures that we're using for these pendants is one, the activation cubit, and two, the Ascension cubit. And these are cubit measures that came through and channeled through to me, so you will not find that anywhere else. And I also, before we get into and show you the pendants, I want to explain the difference between the two cubit measures. Okay, so the activation cubit measure is just that. Okay, it's a measure that's activating the coding of what makes up you. Okay, so you would have heard of like junk DNA. Okay, now DNA is the most in the genetic the genome and your coding of what makes up you, and gene expression, more importantly, is something that they are studying big time at the moment in regards to science, in regards to healthcare. This is the top of the line. What we need to understand, though, just to simplify things, it's all coding, okay? So when they say junk DNA, it doesn't necessarily mean the DNA is junk, it just means it's not being used, so it's dormant, okay? But it needs a particular vibrational frequency to activate it and express it, okay? So when we bring in this cubit measure, which we call activation cubit, it activates your DNA, activates your genetics, activates your coding, okay? Because for you to evolve and grow and bring in and absorb these new vibration and frequencies, which we call Ascension, which makes you grow and evolve down the path in the right direction, okay, to become closer to your true self, your multidimensional self of capabilities, okay, not surrendering your energy away and sabotaging your energy away, which we've done for so many lifetimes, it's not funny. We need to open up everything. We need to activate everything. So therefore, then it can calibrate all these new energies in. And hence why we always start off with the activation cubit. Now, this activation cubit is very powerful. Everybody that wears a pendant or a bracelet that has been made from this cubit measure has all said that their intuition capability and their consciousness is just elevated big time. Okay, they're becoming a lot more sensitive, a lot very in tune with their feelings of what the body's trying to tell them. And this is what Ascension's all about, okay? So, as I've said in other videos before, our eyes are connected to this 3D form. So we need our consciousness to jump over that veil, over that wall, for us to keep moving forward and knowing and answering those big questions of why we're here and what our purpose is, to create fulfillment and happiness for ourselves. So I'll show you one of the pendants. Now I make just the simple ring, which is that one, activation cubit ring. Okay, and that's just, we call it on the website, it's a Wi-Fi ring or a tap ring, because a lot of people place this on their Wi-Fi. And what this does, and again, that's the thing about the activation, is it transforms the vibration and frequency. So the vibration and frequency that you place this little ring on is going to create an energy that's more compatible to us. So it's creating an energy that keeps everything activated. For example, why I call it a Wi-Fi ring is the Wi-Fi and certain frequencies like that are not compatible to us. Do you know what Wi-Fi actually does? It deactivates us. It turns off gene expression, okay? Or code expression. So what it actually does, it lowers your vibration in that way. So by placing this ring on your modem or your Wi-Fi device, it flips it into frequency coming out of that device that's going to activate you and keep you activated, not deactivating you. And that's the power of this simple little ring, which is only like $25, very inexpensive. Now, another way you can place this is obviously on the faucet of your tap, and you make the intent through the ring to activate all the water that's coming through the piping, all the way from source of where that water comes from to your tap. So all of a sudden your waters are activated. The coding of your water is activated, and when you drink that, it keeps you structured and activated as well. Okay, so that's the beneficial things of this particular ring, and I have it in many sizes on the website if you go to the product store. But we're going to talk mainly about, again, using it as a pendant. So you can buy this ring and just wear that as a pendant. Okay, that's a lot of people do that. Again, very inexpensive. Now, another method I've been doing is making this with, see if you can see that, with an infinity in the middle of it. Okay, so obviously it's an 8 when it's down like that, but if you put it on its side, it's an infinity. Now, with the addition of the infinity, the infinity symbols are binding agent or binding geometry. It's an infinite bond, okay? So you'll see these two little loops in regards to an infinity, and you can place intent in both loops, and that will bind them together. So you can use this actually to attract or manifest something that you want in your life. A really good little thing you can do, even without the physical geometry of infinity, you can just visualize and do that 8 towards your heart, your sacred heart, to another person's sacred heart. And that will bring you closer together. So for people that are, in regards to relationships or loved ones, it's a great little thing to do. It's just to sit in front of each other. I guess this could be deemed as meditation. And again, visualize that infinity between your sacred heart and that person that you care about, sacred heart. And you can do that distance as well. It doesn't matter where that person is around the world. It's very simple to do and very effective. You'll notice that. Post below and tell me how it worked for you. Okay, but with this enables you to use the activation cubit as a pendant, but you can also place your intent into the infinity to create what you want to attract and manifest in your life as well. So that's the added addition with the infinity, and that's $45 New Zealand dollars with the added infinity and within the activation thing. This is not on the website, but as I say, if you're interested in the one with the infinity, just post below or go to my website, trulyholistic.net, go to the contact page and let me know. And what I'll do, just to make sure this is definitely the right thing that you want with the infinity or the one without the infinity, I can dowse to find out which one would be the best for you. Okay, and that's why I don't list it on the website at the moment, because I want to make sure that you get the right thing for your hard-earned money. Okay. Now, when we come to once you've been wearing something of the activation cubit, and as I say, we make bracelets as well with the activation cubit measure as well. Okay, and we do ones with little coils and everything on it as well. So if you're more into bracelets, use that one. If you're more into having a pendant, then you use that. Okay. Now another thing that we're doing that's using the activation cubit measure is a cell phone tab. Okay. We'll also use this as an electrical tab as well, and this is a piece of orgonite that I make that's got shungite in it. It's also got a little logo, or it's got the geometry of the cosmic sun disk as well too. which is the column of light source energy coming through. And within the orgonite is a small little activation qubit ring as well. Now, when you place this on your phone, again, a phone is a device that destructures you, so therefore deactivates you, just like Wi-Fi, and it's obviously connected to Wi-Fi. And when you place this tab on your phone, then all of a sudden it creates your device, your phone, to activate you and charge your energy, not deactivate you and lower your energy. The phone is actually used to charge you. I'm not a big fan of things that you place on the phone that's trying to block radiation and block Wi-Fi and all those sorts of things. What we do is we know how frequency works. We just flip its effect around, so therefore it's beneficial instead of sabotaging your health. So that's wonderful to have. Now, the way we use it as an electrical tab is I just use a little plastic plastic prong that goes into electrical socket. You know, one of those things that you use to make sure little infants and babies are not putting their hands in the electrical socket. And what we do is we just stick one of these on, and you just plug it in one of your plugs. And for people that are overseas, you'll have different electrical plugs, sockets, so you may have to experiment a little bit in finding something and then just buying one of these. But for here in New Zealand, Australia, I've got the little plastic plugs. And when you do that, it transforms again the electrical wiring throughout the whole house, including the smart meter. Okay? And what that does again, that energy that bleeds through the electrical wiring, which is all in your walls, and a lot of the times when you're asleep, your head is not far away from the wall, right? That's energy that's bleeding out, that's destructuring you and deactivating you. And you want to remain activated. You want that absorption of these new energies coming in. So that will stop all of that if you do it in that way. And also, I do have double-sided tape that I can place on there. I also do have Velcro as well, which whatever option you like. Now let's go into the next qubit measure. Okay, so the Ascension qubit measure. So let's say you've been wearing a pendant that's had that activation qubit, or a bracelet or so on, or this on your phone. Okay, and you've been having, a lot of us have our phone within our field, our aura. After a while, your body will tell you it's the right time that hey, you've activated everything. You might want to get in touch with me and just ask me anyway, and I can dowse for you. And once that's done and you've got everything activated, then we move on to this next qubit measure, which is Ascension qubit measure. And that's about bringing more of this energy, the singularity energy of love that's outside of this reality, which is part of your source or higher self lineage, okay, which is going to evolve and grow you more. It's going to allow you to absorb this energy so you can ascend, okay? So that's why we do the activation first, because there's no point bringing these energies in and you're not activated to receive them. You'll hear it, a lot of people that have these ascension symptoms, and it really knocks them big time on a day-to-day. That's quite often an example of not having the activations to be able to calibrate these energies and create an autoimmune response within the body. Okay, so therefore, that's why it's very important to know what qubit measure to buy and what to use, and that's why we need to take that step in that measure to I can dowse and find out what you need. So this Ascension qubit measure is bringing energy from outside of this reality, and we make it. We do make it with the copper. Okay, so it's a bit smaller measure, and I can make a one with an infinity as well. So there's a little infinity here, and we can join those in. You can have it just like that. But what I've been told as well is that because it's a renewal of blue energy, this new energy coming through, that there's another metal that anchors this energy better than copper, and that is silver. Okay, and that's what we're starting to make now. We're making the qubit, the Ascension qubit measure with silver. Okay, and this is pure 999 silver. Okay, sterling silver. And this is wonderful. I'm currently wearing that as a pendant, and that's all I wear on me at the moment, and it's a wonderful energy. It's very cosmetically appealing, obviously, with the silver, but I must place this warning here that don't just buy it. That's why I don't have it on the website, because of the way it looks, and it looks amazing. you want, these are energy devices, okay? These are the training wheels for you to keep growing and evolving in your life, okay? For things to, for manifestation to occur, to get, to achieve the wildest dreams that you've always wanted in your life, okay? So they are much more than just being cosmetically appealing, okay? These are bringing through very powerful energies, okay? And if you are going to have an Ascension qubit on you before the activations, it could cause you a lot more problems than actually evolving you and progressing in the right direction, okay? So once you go through the activation, then all of a sudden we go to the Ascension qubit measure, and that brings in this beautiful energy, or the singularity energy, and your intuition capabilities will just go out of this world, so to speak. Okay, you'll have a great connection with your higher selves and your source lineage, because you're revisiting it, that you're going back to your true self, okay? And that's what the Ascension's all about. Okay, so otherwise, I think we've kind of covered everything. As I said, there's a lot of other tools that you can buy, little Acuvac coils and other little tools that you can get, sun rings, neutralization rings, all these things that I still use, of course, but I really did want to talk about this topic in particular, the things that we can personally have on us all the time. It's having an effect on us all the time. And again, they're very inexpensive, okay? And currently, I don't have a price on this particular one. This is a brand new, only like 2 or 3 days, okay? But I've been completely blown away by it so far with wearing it. And as I do, I'm always the test, okay, and always experiment on myself before validating all this information for you. But I will be getting a price for this very soon. Obviously, this is going to be more expensive than the copper, because obviously silver's more expensive, the cover costs and so on. But I will let you know as soon as I do in regards to that. Again, post down below if you're interested in any of these products, and more importantly, go to my website. You can either post here or go to my website, go to my contact page and contact me through that, and let me know if you're interested in one of these products. And again, if probably best if you really are interested in one of these products, to send a photo as an attachment, and what I can do is I can use that photo to connect with you, dowse, to find out what qubit measure and what particular, whether it's a bracelet or a pendant, would be better suited for you in regards to your energy. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, comment below if you've got any questions about anything I've talked about in this session as well. Okay.